In this digital age in which we live, there are so many voices vying for our attention. So many opinions, so much information accessible to us with just a few clicks of the computer. Anything you want, you can find it on the internet, all in a matter of seconds. But with all this data at our disposal, how do you know it's true? We hear so much today about fake news and conspiracy theories. So how do we know what is truth and what is lies? How do we know who is telling the truth? Just take the biggest issue of the last 4 years, the coronavirus pandemic. At the beginning, we were told that hundreds of thousands of people in this country would die, that the pandemic would be as bad as the Spanish flu, which killed over 10 million people. Clearly, that has turned out to be a gross exaggeration, but has resulted in much of the population being enveloped in fear. How do we know if these estimates were genuinely felt to be accurate at the time? Or were they made in order to make people afraid and therefore more likely to conform to the subsequent lockdowns, with much of our most basic freedoms and liberties being taken from us by the state? And what about the rising excess deaths that are coming to light as a result of people taking the vaccine? Why do we not hear more about this? In New Zealand, a database manager for the Ministry of Health could be facing a lengthy prison sentence after exposing the levels of injury and death in relation to the COVID injections. Arch whistleblower Edward Snowden put it this way. He says, when exposing a crime is treated as committing a crime, you are being ruled by criminals. As writer George Orwell observed, in a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. One very active MP remarked that by giving people the COVID vaccine, we are harming 1 in 800 people to supposedly save 1 in 20,000 people. This is madness. Isaiah remarked on the society of his day. In chapter 59, verses 4 and 14 to 15, he says, they rely on empty arguments and speak lies. They conceive trouble and give birth to evil. So justice is driven back and righteousness stands at a distance. Truth is nowhere to be found, and whoever shuns evil becomes a prey. So where is the truth to be found? The answer is only found in Jesus Christ, who said in John 14 verse 6, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. In a world where values of equality and diversity are so prevalent, where we are told that all religions are the same, they're equally valid, where all roads seemingly lead to Rome, this is not a popular message in today's PC world. Nevertheless, John 1:14 and verse 17 states that God is a God of truth. Indeed, Jesus came from the Father, full of grace and truth. I know for sure who I will believe.